Your cat enters the room. She looks at you, briefly, directly, and then she looks right through you, as if you weren't even there. She goes to her favorite spot, sits down, begins to groom herself, with a dignity that needs no explanation. You might think, typical cat, arrogant, cold, but what if you are seeing this completely wrong? What if your cat doesn't think she's arrogant, but simply knows that she is a goddess? Not figuratively, not as a joke, but really, genetically, historically, culturally. 4,000 years ago, the smartest people in the world worshipped this exact animal, not because they were naive, but because they had recognized something. Something that is still inside your cat today, something she shows you every day, and you've overlooked it the whole time. In the next 15 minutes, you will understand why your cat behaves exactly the way she does, and why that is not a mistake. It is a legacy, a 4,000-year-old program that sits deep inside her and was never deleted. Stay with us. What you're about to hear will change the way you see your cat forever. Let's start with the moment every cat owner knows. You come home. A dog would race, bark, jump. Your cat looks over briefly and turns away again. You've certainly asked yourself, does she even love me? Does she care about me? Does she not care about me? This question tortures millions of cat owners, but it sets up the wrong premise. You ask if she loves you like a dog, but cats love differently. In ancient Egypt, the goddess Bastet was the symbol of protection, warmth, and inner strength. She was not a deity who asked for love. She was a deity who gave love on her own terms. And that is exactly what your cat does, every day, in her own way. Today we will talk about 12 behaviors, 12 moments you experience daily, and you will see, behind each one lies a divine principle. Principle 1, the dignity of indifference. Principle 2, the sacred gaze. Principle 3, the purity of ritual. Principle 4, the power of silence. Principle 5, the secret of purring. Principle 6, the meaning of the back. Principle 7, the throne sense. Principle 8, the divine pause. Principle 9, the hunting instinct as an offering. Principle 10, the gentle judgment. Principle 11, the choice of the person. Principle 12, purring as a blessing. Each of these principles stems from a millennia-old tradition, and you experience them every day in your apartment with your cat. Let us begin. The first principle, and it will immediately surprise you. Principle 1, the dignity of indifference. When your cat ignores you, you don't send her messages. You don't ask for attention, and she doesn't give it until she is ready. That is not defiance. That is the Bastet principle of inviolability. Gods are not asked for permission. Gods appear when it is time. The ancient Egyptians had a term for this, Neferu, divine self-sufficiency. Whoever possesses it needs no external validation. Your cat possesses it completely. Principle 2, the sacred gaze. Your cat sometimes looks at you as if she's looking right through you, as if she sees something you yourself don't see. The Egyptians knew this gaze well. They called it the Mot gaze, the gaze of cosmic order. Bastet looked at humans like this before she decided whom to protect. Your cat does the same. When she looks at you long and deep, she is not evaluating. She is granting you access. That is a privilege, not a given. Principle 3, the purity of ritual. Have you ever watched how thoroughly your cat grooms herself? Not just briefly, but completely, methodically, with endurance. Every paw, every spot, twice if necessary. In ancient Egypt, purity was the sign of divinity. Only the gods and the priests cleansed themselves daily as a sign of their sacred nature. Your cat is her own priest. She doesn't need a bath from you. She cleans herself because that is her right, because that is her way of remaining sacred. Principle 4, the power of silence. Your cat is silent, not out of coldness, but out of dignity. Egyptian deities did not speak continuously. They appeared, they observed, they acted, they left speaking to the humans. When your cat sits silently next to you and is simply there, without action, without noise, then that is one of the oldest forms of presence, a divine presence. Principle 5. The secret of purring. You know your cat's purr. That deep, steady vibration that dissolves your stress before you know why. Egyptian priests described the purring of temple cats as a sacred frequency, a vibration that attracts healing and keeps evil away. 20 to 140 Hertz. Modern science has confirmed this frequency promotes bone regeneration, lowers blood pressure, reduces cortisol. The priests knew it first. When your cat purrs on your lap, it is not a coincidence. It is a blessing, for 1,000 years old. Principle 6. The meaning of the back. Your cat sometimes turns her back to you. You think, she is ignoring me. She is mad. But that is one of the biggest misunderstandings. In ancient Egypt, a deity only showed their back to someone they completely trusted, because showing the back means, I am not in a defensive position. I do not fear you. When your cat sleeps with her back to you, she is saying, you are safe. You belong. This is the highest sign of trust she can give. Principle 7. The throne sense. Have you noticed how your cat always seeks the highest point? The closet, the shelf, the door frame, as if she had to look down on everything from above. In Egypt, the gods always sat on thrones higher than humans. Bastet sat on a golden throne, not out of vanity, but out of function. From above, you see everything. From above, you protect everything. Your cat seeks the high point because that is her innate protective instinct. She protects the territory, your home, from the best position. Principle 8. The divine pause. Your cat sleeps 16 hours a day. You might think lazy. The Egyptians thought wise. In Egyptian mythology, the gods rested between the worlds, not out of exhaustion, but to gather energy to be fully present during their waking hours. Your cat doesn't sleep because she has nothing to do. She recharges. When she wakes up, she is 100% there. Precise, alive, complete. Principle 9. The hunting instinct as an offering. Your cat sometimes brings you gifts. A mouse, a toy, an imaginary object. You don't know whether to laugh or be startled. In Egypt, offering prey to the family was a sacred act of belonging. Temple cats hunted snakes and rats and laid them down before the statues of the gods. When your cat brings you something, she isn't saying, look what I caught. She is saying, I am part of this family. I provide for them. This is my role. Principle 10. The gentle judgment. Sometimes your cat sits opposite you and looks at you, calmly, without moving, for a long time. It feels strange, judged. In fact, Egyptian texts describe that Bastet observed humans to find out if they were worthy of her protection, not with punishment in mind, but with care. When your cat looks at you like this, she is not looking for flaws. She is understanding you right now. She is deciding how she can help you today. Principle 11. The choice of the person. You didn't really choose your cat. She chose you. That sounds romantic, but it is biologically correct. Cats in free choice actively seek out the person whose energy pattern suits them. Stress level, body rhythm, breathing rate. Your cat scanned you and found you suitable. In Egypt, they said, Bastet chooses her priests, not the other way around. Whoever was chosen was blessed. You were chosen. Principle 12. Purring as a blessing. We return to purring, but this time from a different angle. When your cat purrs while you are sad, you might have noticed that it helps. Not dramatically, but real. A quiet, steady improvement. Egyptian healers used temple cats for sick people, not as therapy in the modern sense, but as a living healing frequency. The cat purred next to the sick person. The vibration penetrated the body. The healing began. We know this today from medical studies. When your cat comes to you on your worst night and lies on your chest and purrs, then that is no coincidence. That is intuition, for 1,000 years old. Now we want to go even deeper, because so far we have talked about behavior, but there is something even deeper, something that explains why cats are the way they are. 10,000 years ago, man domesticated many animals: horses, cows, dogs, They were all changed by selection, by training, by pressure. Not cats. Cats never surrendered to humans. They came voluntarily, of their own accord. The first cats that came into human settlements did so because they hunted mice, and there were mice there. No human tamed them. They decided for themselves. That is unique in the entire history of domestication. No other animal has faced humans like this. I come when I want. I stay if I like it. The Egyptians recognized this, and instead of trying to control the cat, they worshipped the cat for what it was, a free being that chooses to stay. That is no small difference. That is a fundamental philosophical statement. Your cat is not with you because she has to be. She is with you because she wants to be. Imagine what that means. No human can say that about themselves. We stay out of duty, out of habit, out of fear. Your cat stays out of choice. And because she chooses, she retains her dignity. Because she chooses, she does not have to seek approval. Because she chooses, she can remain silent if she wants to. Because she chooses, she can allow herself to show her back. All 12 principles we have discussed, they come from this one truth. Your cat is free, and she chooses you. Now it gets personal, because I want you to stop for a moment and ask yourself, when was the last time your cat chose you? When did she come to you? Not because you called, but just like that. Sat next to you, looked at you. That wasn't a coincidence. That was a decision, and she chose you for it. The ancient Egyptians would have paused in this moment. They wouldn't have shooed the cat away. They wouldn't have looked at their phones. They would have recognized the moment. A moment when the divine comes to you. Not called, not forced, voluntarily. And now the difficult part. How many of such moments have you missed? How often was your cat there, and you weren't really there? This is not blame. This is just a mirror that your cat holds up to you. Because gods do that. They show you who you could be by showing who they are. You have the privilege of living with a being that says in 12 different ways, I am here. I have chosen you. I protect you. And the only thing you have to do is to see what is standing in front of you. Let's talk about the last, deepest point. The point hardly anyone knows. The point that summarizes everything. In ancient Egypt, there was a belief. Cats sleep, but their soul wanders. They see things humans don't see. They feel things humans don't feel. That sounds mystical, but there is a rational explanation. Cats perceive frequencies that are invisible to humans. Magnetic fields, infrasound, subtle temperature fluctuations. There are studies of cats in nursing homes who came to a patient shortly before death and lay down next to them, without training, without a cue. They felt something, and they reacted, not out of pity in the human sense, but out of an ancient instinct of companionship. The Egyptians believed Bastet accompanies souls on their way to the next world, not as a judge, but as a protector. When your cat comes to you when you are not doing well, when she lies on your chest and purrs, then she is following an instinct that is older than any civilization. This is not behavior. This is not training. This is a legacy. And this legacy belongs to you. Every day, in your apartment, in your cat. I want you to pause for a second now. Think of your cat, not about what she did today, but about who she is. This being that seems arrogant, that ignores you, turns its back on you, that looks down from above. It carries 4,000 years of history within it. It is the only animal that voluntarily chose to stay. It protects you in 12 ways you didn't know about. It purrs for you. It chooses you. It considers you worthy. And perhaps this is the most beautiful thing I can tell you today. Your cat sees something in you that she considers worth preserving, worthy of her protection. The Egyptians would have understood that. They would have said, you live with a living sign of God. You are blessed, not metaphorically. When your cat comes to you tonight, and she will come, then you now know what that means. Not hunger, not habit, choice, voluntary, conscious, millennial-old choice. Next time she ignores you, smile, because that is the Bastet principle. The divine does not explain itself. Next time she lies down with her back to you, take a deep breath. You have just received the highest sign of trust from a 4,000-year-old being. Next time she purrs, lay your hand on her and receive the blessing, because it is one. You didn't see this video by chance. You saw it because you love your cat, because you feel that there is more, and you were right. There is more, so much more, and now you know it. Let us summarize what we learned today. Your cat does not think she is a goddess, she is one, in a cultural, historical, and biological sense. She carries 12 divine principles within her: dignity, gaze, purity, silence, frequency, trust, protection, rest, sacrifice, judgment, choice, blessing. Each of these principles is not a random behavior. It is the result of 10,000 years of evolution in a culture that honored cats as gods. The Egyptians left us a treasure, not in pyramids, not in gold, in the animals that still live with us today. And this treasure shows itself every day in your cat's long gaze, in the purring on your lap, in the back she turns to you. You live with history, you live with magic, you live with a goddess, and she has chosen you. If this video gave you something, if you now look at your cat differently, then write in the comments. Which of the 12 principles describes your cat best? I read every comment, and I reply to many, because I want to know which goddess lives with you. And if you want to see more videos like this, about the secret of cats, about Egypt, history, science, and love, then subscribe now. New videos appear regularly, about cats, about what they teach us, about what we don't know yet. Until next time, your cat already knows what is coming.